So we are gambling here a little bit because I just couldn't find the stand for the camera, so I am using right now a paper box for shoe. It's a shoe box. I put it in here and I put the camera on the top of it. Well, we'll see what's gonna happen. As you see, this is end of August and the room is basically in ruins. I wanted to change the background. I bought a new furniture and it takes ages to put it together. It's not from IKEA. I wanted to choose something else, something, well, not a higher quality but a slightly more expensive stuff. You know, try to support some independent new company, but well, as new companies sometimes goes that they are not really efficient, and I got all these things, all these puzzle pieces that well, probably they fit together, but there are no signage on them at all. I have 9 different screws and nails and all sorts of things I have no name for, and on the paper also there are no name for it, but like a drawing of things, and you can kind of guess what's going where with like 80% accuracy, and it means that if few days it's not enough to build it, and not even weeks and not even months. I received it after a long wait. I received it and we got it just few days before we went to Disneyland, and that was long time ago. That was beginning of July, and now this is end of August. We are based in London. We are right now in London, city of London, and we went to Paris in July, and 20th of August there was a big celebration. Like every year there is a big celebration in my country, in Hungary. So we are going to talk about these 3 places right now. Let's go first with Paris. Let's go in chronological order. So we went to Paris, 4 of us, and I took a lady who is my love interest for a very long time. I know her from the time of secondary school, from high school, and I remember that she was the first person I could actually have a conversation, a real conversation, the way how I like it. We would talk about movies. She would come up with kind of weird facts that no one knows, no one knew, and I would reply with other facts, fun facts from that movie, and we had such a blast. We had a very good time. And then we haven't met for a couple of years, and I have no idea who messaged the other person first, but we started to talk again, and we decided to spend a holiday together. Last year, because I wanted to open a web shop, I moved back to Hungary. I meant to stay for 3 to 5 months, possibly longer, to build this website, to you know, work on it every single day and dedicate my full attention to it, 24 hours, 7 days a week. Full attention. That's why I moved to south of Hungary, the town called Page, and I took a flat which was good for an office as well. It had 2 rooms, 2 massive rooms, and it was in the middle of the city. I never done this kind of thing before, and I absolutely loved it. That was the highlight of last year. And she came with a daughter to visit me, and we had quite a good time. I had plans for them, you know, to bring them up to the mountains. My favorite place, always the mountains, always taking the high ground, and we did just that. Basically we could do like 50% of the things I planned, maybe less, but anyway, we had a very good time. That's why I said, okay, let's go for some sort of different kind of holiday this year, and we went to Disneyland. The first idea was to go to Greece, and then we changed it to Rome, then it became Paris. And in Paris we went to Disneyland because she has a daughter Disneyland is something I always well, I wouldn't say I wanted to try, but I know all my close friends, they went there, and all of them and partly enjoyed it, and partly they were sad that they went there after they turned 25. So I said, okay, I'm not going to do this, because I went to Ibiza when I was 24, 5 or something, and that time Ibiza was for people from Germany who were like 18, 19, and I went there with a friend and we felt like grandpas because everyone was younger 5 years than us, and it was a terrible experience. So I said, okay, because I was working in a place related to theme parks, that's why I always wanted to try them. Because of the pandemic and because of the restrictions, I didn't choose Universal Studios. I chose Disneyland because it's close. That's the closest theme park to London. You just basically take the train, 2 hours, and you're there. So we went to Disneyland Paris for 3 days. I bought 3 tickets for 4 people, so that's like 12 tickets, and there was all sort of things attached to it, and it was a great time. So what happened is that the last day we had a very good time, and the last day they decided to go home, so they didn't use the ticket, so 2 tickets was unused, and they went home. But the idea was that first they would go to a musical called Lion King, and then they changed their mind and they left. So what I did, I asked for a refund. In their policy, there is they have very specific rules how you can ask for refund, and I did not meet those rules, so I sent an email explaining the situation, you know, that we didn't use the 2 tickets. We had wonderful time, we absolutely loved it, but we did not use the tickets. Is there any other way to exchange it? And I gave some other details as well, and they said, okay, just take a picture of the ticket called the magic card, and they give me 5 days. And you know what, they sent it 24th of July, and it was like 10th of August, so like weeks and weeks ago, when I realized that, because I have so many things to do, I realized that I kind of passed the deadline here. So I sent them again an email that I'm so sorry, I thank you for handling the case so quickly and everything, but you know, I just couldn't locate the magic cards. So I send it now. So basically I missed the deadline twice, because I should have reported it on the day or a day before, when we were in Disneyland, so I missed that one. And then there was an email conversation 24th of July, which also I missed because I had so many other things to do, so I missed that one. And then I sent it again that I'm so sorry, I missed the deadline twice, so can we do something about it? And they did refund the ticket, the 2 unused tickets. And well, thank you for that. Disney is the best company. We really had a very, very good time. The first, if I need to rank the rides, and we were there, you know, 4th of July, which is the busiest day, and it was actually in the news. There was a news article about it, that since the very beginning of Disneyland, that was the busiest quota for Disneyland. And yeah, it was packed. You needed to wait like an hour, 1.5 hours for every single ride, but it was a very good vibe, and I would have never enjoyed it. I would have never even go near to that place if we don't have a kid with us, because you know, this theme park, it did not build for adults in mind, it was built for kids, and we had a kid on board, and that's why it was fantastic. That's another thing that I think the kid was on her mobile phone, but you know, it's a different generation, that's fine. So I was really happy that we were 4 of us, we had a kid with us, and we were in Disneyland, and I got the tickets refunded, even though I missed the deadline twice. So that is a very good news. I'm really happy about it, and thank you, Disney. So moving on to Hungary. So I was meant to go to Hungary this summer, and I didn't, because I have so many. I planned 1,000 things and I could achieve maybe 2 of those things. I didn't go there. But if you're a tourist and if you like to travel the world, the best time to go to Hungary is definitely 20th of August, and to go to the capital, it's called Budapest. If you are not familiar with the map of Central and Eastern Europe, it's called Budapest, and you need to you can even walk there. In the middle, because the city is split in half by a river called Danube, you can go there, you can have a seat, or you can even bring a chair, like a camp chair, you know, folding chair, and you can sit there. You need to go there like a couple of hours before, and you sit there by the river, on the riverbank, and you can enjoy the fireworks. This is the best fireworks you would see anywhere else in the world, because they are really proud themselves to do a show that is like unparalleled. And they do it. I remember we going there with a family, with the extended family, with family living on the other side of the country, coming out 20th of August, and you know, we really enjoyed the fireworks. So definitely you need to go there. But there is a debate that because there is like a cost of living crisis, there's a crisis with the fuel, there's a crisis with the gas, with the electricity, with everything. So now they're pushing for, you know, that people should heat their houses, and schools should be heated as well with wood, like in the Middle Ages. So the price of actual wood, what you would bring home and put it on the fireplace, is actually going up, and it's a very good business now. And I believe that people like running for the forest to cut down trees. But as I learned from like thousands of podcasts and talk shows, that if you cut down a tree, which sounds horrible because it's climate change and all that, if you cut down a tree, it would take 2, 3, or even 4 years until it dries out, so it gets to the stage where you can put it in the fireplace, and you know, by burning it you can heat your house. So if you cut down a tree today, you're not going to, you can't use it this winter. And actually it would be quite terrible for the climate, not just because you cut down a tree, just because the wood, like 40% of it's like water, so the smoke coming out of your chimney gonna be very like toxic, and it's gonna be very dark, and it's not a good idea. And what happened is, this year, 20th of August, like I heard that couple of people went there to the river I just mentioned, and wanted to enjoy this spectacular fireworks, that they actually cancelled it because they said there will be a storm, so they canceled that. And actually we had a storm a couple of years back, and people got hurt, so that's why everyone is very sensitive. So if they cancel it, no one will complain, and they canceled it. So this year there was no fireworks. I think they postponed it to 27th of August, but probably it's never gonna happen. I mean, not in this year. Wow, this is it. And yeah, that's about Hungary. So we talked about Paris, Disneyland, I got the ticket refunded. We talk about Hungary, the most important day, which is 20th of August, the most important day outside of Easter and Christmas, of course. And then we will talk about the last subject, which is London. I am based in London. I've been here for years, and I've been working the same job. Basically, I was going up and down on the ranks, but basically I was doing the same job for a long time until the pandemic hit. And that was the moment when my job basically disappeared. It's completely faded into the nothingness, and I needed to retrain myself. Yeah, and to do a completely different job, completely different mindset, that demands completely different physique and a different lifestyle. I started to work night shift, which I never done it before. I remember my very first night shift when I was working during the night, and I am myself a night owl. That's why even I, toyed with the idea that I would do this, and it needed me 2 days to recover. But then I said, okay, let's do it, because well, I had many options, but this was the most feasible, so I was doing that. And I've been doing this for a year. I work at night, and it's a completely different lifestyle, and everything is completely different. And I was doing it because of the pandemic, otherwise I never have done it. And I just woke up one day that now it is not necessary. I woke up one day, a couple of days ago, and then I realized that now what I can do is settle in this new position, completely settle, and as I did retrain myself at the beginning of the pandemic, I can put more effort, energy, money, time into training myself, and proceed further into this career. Or because the pandemic is kinda over, right now we have a different crisis, that is the cost of living crisis, that I could go back to what I did before for a very long time. And yesterday I told my family, I told everyone I love and feel close to, that I decided, and I'm going back to what I know the best. I am very grateful for this other career which accepted me fully in the time of pandemic, and I did that for 2 years, and this is amazing. The money is so good, and the whole pacing of the work is very good. But I decided, that's why it was very hard decision, because if you can choose between two paths, going to left or right, and if you imagine like a scale, and you put things in the left scale, and then you put the other things in the right one, and it should, it usually goes to one side is heavier than the other, and you go that way because yeah, that's the best one. But this one was it's kind of the same. They are so different. That's why it was very hard for me in the beginning, because these careers are completely different. But then I decided, yes, I wanna go back to the place I'm most familiar with. So that is a very, very hard decision, and I am so thankful for the last 2 years. So that's it. You had a very good news in the beginning about Disney, and then you had this news about the fireworks of the most important day of Hungary, because I was born in Hungary, so you get a little bit of inside info right there, and then you got some personal stuff as well in the end, though. So this is where we are right now, at the end of August, at the end of summer this year. And as a hobby, I will go back learning music. Thank you.